She went into hiding, deleted her whole internet presence, and the man she says did it, Kanye West, just agreed to settle her lawsuit. But here's the part that nobody's connecting right now. The night she says changed everything. Diddy was in the room. Stay with me after the intro because this story just got a whole lot bigger. Now, before we get into all of it, you need to understand who Lauren Pisciotta actually is, because the media keeps glossing over this part for some reason. Lauren is not just a random employee who filed a lawsuit. She was Kanye West's chief of staff. She ran his life, and before she ever took that job, well, she was making $1 million a year on OnlyFans. Yes, $1 million. Kanye reportedly told her to delete that account, told her he would match her income, told her she was going to be a part of something bigger, and she believed him. She walked away from a $1 million career to go work for Ye. Now, I want you to hold that in your mind for a second because that detail right there tells you everything about the power dynamic we are about to talk about. This was not someone who was desperate. This was someone who was doing just fine until she wasn't. So Lauren starts working for Kanye in 2021. And according to her lawsuit, things very quickly became what I can only describe as a lot. She filed her lawsuit in June of 2024. Sexual harassment, wrongful termination, breach of contract. But then in October 2024, she filed an amended complaint. And that is where this story went to a whole different level. Now, I want to be clear, and I say this on every video. These are alleged claims. Kanye has denied everything. His team has called her lawsuit, quote, fantasy fiction. So we are talking about what is in the court documents as allegations, not established facts, okay? We good? Well, according to those documents, she says he sent her explicit text and videos. She says he masturbated while on the phone with her. She says he grabbed her by the throat at a Post Malone concert in 2022. And here's the part that I genuinely had to read twice. She says he offered her to another man as a quote gift in exchange for allowing him access to that person's partner. I need someone to explain that to me. How is that not in every headline right now, every single day? But here is what is in the headlines today. And while we're talking about this on June 30th, both sides just confirmed they have reached a settlement in principle. They met for mediation on June 4th. The court took the next hearing off the calendar. No terms disclosed, no admissions of guilt from Kanye, but they are done, at least close to being done. Now, I need you to stay with me for this next part because this is the piece that connects to everything else we have been covering on this channel. Lauren says she was invited to a studio session in Santa Monica, and the co-host of that studio session, none other than Diddy, allegedly. Now, let me be very clear again. Lauren has not accused Diddy of any wrongdoing in this lawsuit. He is only named as a co-host of the event. That's it. But what she says happened at that event, that is what you need to hear. According to the lawsuit, drinks were served when they arrived, and an announcement was made. And I'm just taking it directly from the court documents here that quoted everybody had to drink if they wanted to stay. Lauren said she took a few sips of a drink that she says was poured at Kanye's direction. And within minutes, she said she started feeling disoriented, losing control of her body, losing her words. And the next morning, she woke up remembering almost nothing about what happened that night. She thought she just got too drunk at a work event. She blamed herself and she moved on until years later. Kanye allegedly brought up that night and told her they did, and I quote, kind of hook up. And then allegedly said to her, oh, women love to say they don't remember. What? I feel like I need a minute after reading that sentence. But it sounds so familiar. A lot of them say that. But anyway, back to the story. She did not find out what had allegedly happened to her until the man she says did it told her himself and laughed about it. That is the moment I want you to sit with. Not the lawsuit, not the headlines, that moment. Now, here's what makes this story more than just one woman's story. Lauren is not the only person making allegations against Kanye West right now. Earlier this month, June 2026, a woman named Jenn An sat down with the BBC Fame Under Fire podcast, and what she described on camera with tears in her eyes is something that has been largely overlooked in the coverage of this whole situation. Jenn An was a finalist on America's Next Top Model back in 2009. Well, in 2010, she was hired as a background model for a LaRue music video, In for the Kill, which was shot at the Chelsea Hotel in New York. She says she had no idea Kanye West was going to show up on set that day. According to Jen, Kanye arrived. He looked at the models, he pointed at her and said, and these are her words, not mine, "Give me the Asian girl." He sent the other models out the room, allegedly. And then, while the cameras were still rolling, she says he choked her with both hands and put his fingers in her mouth. His team's response? They say the scene was staged for artistic purposes, that it was choreographed, that it was art. Oh, hell no. Because there is nothing artistic about putting your dirty ass fingers in somebody's mouth without their consent. Kanye himself reportedly yelled at the end of the alleged incident, quote, "This is art. I am Picasso." Now, I am not here to tell you what to believe. That is not my job. My job is to give you the full overall picture and let you make up your own mind. But I will say this, when you have two different women in two different decades with two different lawyers making two sets of allegations, and the response is consistently some version of that is not what happened or that is art, I think you are allowed to ask questions. That is not moralizing. That is just paying attention. Jenn An filed her civil lawsuit in November 2024. She is still pursuing that case. And Lauren, after years of legal battles, going into hiding, deleting her entire digital presence, is apparently about to settle hers. Here's my take on all of this, okay? A settlement is not an admission of guilt. I want to say that very, very clearly. Kanye West has denied every single allegation. His team has fought this case aggressively, and we, John Q. Public, do not know the terms of this settlement because they have not disclosed. But here's what we do know. This is not the only lawsuit Kanye West is navigating right now. In 2026 alone, he has been ordered to pay a contract of $114,000 after a trial. He owes six figures in unpaid wages to a former Yeezy employee. He got hit with a $76,000 legal fees judgment, over $400,000 in a music sample ruling, and his Donda Academy settled a discrimination case right before this trial. That is a lot of smoke for somebody who has nothing to answer for. Now, again, I am not here to tell you Kanye West is guilty of anything. That is for a court to decide. And in Lauren's case, it looks like it will not even get there, at least not now. What I am here to tell you is this. The pattern of how power operates in this industry is the story. It always has been. And the fact that a woman can go into hiding, deleting her entire presence from the internet, and still take 2 years to settle a lawsuit against one of the most famous men on the planet, that tells you everything you need to know about why more people do not come forward. And I see you, Lauren, as well as you too, Miss Jen. Real quick, before I let you go, I want to tell you about something I personally use that has generated me real side income, and I think you need to hear about it. It's called Paid for Your Say, and the concept is simple. Companies need your opinion before they launch products, make decisions, even go to trial, and they will pay you for it. We're talking about focus groups, mock trials, one on one interviews, product testings, all from your phone or laptop on your schedule. Now, I have personally done focus groups, mock trials, one on one interviews, and group sessions through this program. This is not a survey app giving you 50 cents or a dollar. These are real sessions paying real money. The course is a one time investment of $225. And before you say anything, they offer Klarna and Afterpay, so you can get started today for way less than that. And there's also a mini course option if you want to start even smaller. When you enroll, you get 90 minutes of step by step training, access to a database of over 100 verified companies ready to pay for your opinions. And you get added to an exclusive Facebook group where they share daily opportunities, focus groups, mock trials, even some in-person opportunities, some completely from home. One student made over $18,000. Another made $4,000 in a single month from her laptop in Dubai. I want that for you. My affiliate link is in the description, and there's also an income calculator link there so you can see exactly what your earning potential looks like based on your availability. This is an affiliate link, which means I earn a commission at no extra cost to you. But I would never put anything in front of the royal community that I have not personally used myself. That's not how we move over here. And speaking of protecting yourself, my ebook, Prenups, Postnups, and Power Moves, is also linked in the description. It is $12.99 and it will teach you how to protect yourself in love and money. Because clearly, not everybody here has your best interest at heart. The link is in my link tree in the bio as well as in the description below. And if you made it this far, you are already royal. The subscribe button is right there if you want to make it official. If this video gave you something to think about today, the like button would mean a lot. And the comments, I read every single one. Drop yours because I am honestly just nosy and I want to know what you think. Until next time, stay crowned royals, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.